A year ago, I was sat right here, and I had a crisis. You see, my best friend had just moved away, which shouldn't be a problem, but George, he was the one that linked me to all of my friends that do music, and this left me in crisis because now, how do I do music without George? It was at this moment I realised I need to forge my own path. I mean, I'd started doing music long before I met George. It was always my dream to be a musician on stage, and it had nothing to do with George. But it wasn't long after that I started seeing the marketing for the Full-Stack Bassist course, which is a Scots-based lessons course, takes about a year. Now, I'm terrible at structure, I'm terrible at consistency. This course seemed to offer a lot of things that I felt would be really great for me finding my musical identity again. After all, what I want to do is be a bass player on stage. This seemed like more than just another video course. This seemed like a pathway back to myself. But the big questions are, am I a better bassist? Is it worth the money? Did I become a full-stack bassist? So let's look at the three questions that I just posed. Did I become a better bassist? Yes. Is it worth the money? For some people, yes, it is. Am I a full-stack bassist? No. For me, what a full-stack bassist is someone that can come up with catchy lines, can groove with pretty much anyone, and is comfortable in most genres and situations. I still feel like there is a hole in my knowledge and my playing and my familiarity with my musical expression. My name is Musa. I'm on a 3-year plan to become a full-time musician and bassist here in London, and welcome back to my journey. When George moved away, I realised something quite uncomfortable. I hadn't built any musical structures for myself. I was reliant on other people, which is why my learning and my progress as a musician had stagnated. I was worse than I was 5 years ago when I was playing guitar every day. The Full-Stack Bassist gave me structure, or it promised to at least. I know from my past that I like structure, but structure gives you something very important. Structure gives you momentum, because you don't have to be inspired. You just need to turn up because you know what you've got to do. Module 1, exercise 3. You know what time it is, you've got a schedule. You turn up, you show up. That I can do. After a few months of the course, my practice really became a part of my daily routine, and I started to notice the songs I could play, the sound that was coming out of my bass, the quickness in which I could understand the line and recreate it, the quickness in which I could come up with a line. This all came from the structure of the course, the thing I was missing solely, and it started to give me freedom again and confidence in myself. And for that, I will always be truly grateful for the SBL team for coming up with this course rather than just random YouTube videos, because I, as an intermediate beginner, really needed a structure. So I want this video not to be a story about me, because you rightly shouldn't care that much about me. I'm just a stranger in front of an iPhone. But I do want you to know about the course, honestly what I thought, and help you understand whether you should spend the hundreds and hundreds of pounds on doing it. The course is exceedingly well taught, and it's very well structured. You can tell that Scott put a lot of time and effort into this. Module 1 stacks into Module 2. Module 1 I was still going back to when I was doing Module 6, because every module gives you a fundamental skill that is necessary for the next module, but the next module deepens your understanding of the previous modules, and you get more aha moments, more, oh wow, if I do that in this context I will get this result, and you end up looping back. Another con, the materials are very well designed. The videos are beautifully shot, the sound is perfect, the PDFs are really good, the teachers are quite responsive when it comes to any issues or any questions you have. So again, the execution of the idea, top notch, no complaints. As professional as you could hope for, and to be honest, I went to a trade school to do recording, and the materials on this course were better made and better executed than my university. The biggest pro, I think, and the one I'm going to miss, and the one I'm a little salty over, because the second cohort got an extra year of this and we didn't, is live practice sessions. So for us it was a Tuesday, and I have one starting in about an hour, so I need to get this wrapped up. Twice a day on a Tuesday you would have either Craig, Ben or Eric, maybe someone else, I think Ian might have done it once, come in and do some practice sessions with you. Maybe they'll pick a module, maybe they'll pick a random song, but they'll break it down with you. We'll do some metronome work, and you get to see everyone's face on Zoom. You get to play. There are some negatives in the live class. There are some things I would change, but I'll come down to that later as well. But I'm going to miss the Tuesday 8 a.m. hangouts with everybody. They've been great in keeping my momentum going. They've been great in keeping me honest with my practice. Especially, I'm quite a competitive person from a history of sports. So when I see people doing stuff that I can't do and they're better than me, it makes me work harder. There is a teachable community. Man, the people on my cohort were fantastic. If you posted something of your playing, you'd get honest feedback. They would tell you, they'd give you advice. People talk about gear, showing off whatever they've secretly bought and hid from their wife. It is a wonderful community, and I'm going to miss it. I hope it can hang around a bit longer for us, but it is great. And it's the first time I've been in a course community where people have actively sought out each other to create private practice groups, whether it's a German-speaking one or a French-speaking one, or people all on the East Coast. East Coast, is that a time zone in America? The people far away, just so they can practice together and keep each other accountable. And it's nice when you go into those classes, you see the same faces, the teacher knows your name. It's really good. That is the best pro for this, apart from like the actual course. And I guess to loop back to the first point I was making, the flow and the structure of the course, the pro sessions that you get that are in between modules, which normally came from Ian, Martin, Allison on ear training or Nashville writing system, it is so good. And I'm in the final project now, and I'm a little sad, but let's move on to the cons. So let's talk about the cons. There are two big ones for me. Well, no, there's one really big one, one medium one, and one small one. The really big con is the feedback on your playing. It's promised in the marketing materials, it was re-promised in the second cohort. It doesn't really happen. There is a section in the community to post your work. So you post yourself playing an exercise, other people in the community will give you feedback. The teachers don't really go in there and comment. Maybe Ben does occasionally, but in general, they don't comment. Scott's Bass Lessons main site has a monthly student focus, which Craig or Ian Trustheim normally do. That is the only way you're getting feedback in this course, unfortunately. In the live classes at the start, there was some opportunity to play, but it disappeared pretty quickly. And at the start, I was like, okay, it's because there's so many people in the class, there's no time to get to everybody. But towards the end, like these last few weeks in the morning class, there's been like 5 or 6 of us there, maybe 10 most. But we're still not really given the opportunity to do it. I'm sure if we were like, hey, Craig, as an example, I want to do this, he'd let us. But I don't really feel like the door's been opened. In the final project, they have given us a direct, hey, work in progress, but your final project here, we'll give you feedback on it, and you'll get feedback on your final project when you submit it. But some of the stuff, I really would have liked more activity. And we spoke to the teachers about it, and their response was kind of like, oh, we didn't realise people were doing this. It wasn't great. It's not a big enough con for me to say don't do the course. And if anyone from SBL watches this or reads my feedback form, I will be saying this. I've given a lot of feedback recently, and I'm sure a lot of other people have. I don't think I'm an avatar of change. But I've given a lot of feedback around this recently, and I would love to see the fact they're doing more live stuff on SBL, and they are doing more feedback things. Really good. But that's the biggest con. There wasn't enough actual feedback coming back from the tutors. Middle con. Everything's an instrumental. Why is this a con? 90% of the music you do will be with a singer. If you're in a weddings cover band, whether you're in an original band, unless you're a hardcore jazz dude or into a jazz fusion, most working gigs there's a singer. There is nothing with singers in the course. They would be good even if it was a pro workshop like they've done with the ear training and the national numbering system, to be like, hey, if you're working with a singer, here are some things to think about. And whilst I know that most of the things they taught us, it doesn't change if there's a singer, it would have been good to have that experience to have some work with a singer in there, in at least one of the modules. Or something I noticed, something I felt that was missing. Smallest con, a year is not long enough to do this course, but do give you a lifetime access to the materials, which is fantastic. And if you join for second cohort in the early stage of the membership, I believe you get 2 years of live classes, which is very generous. But I feel like it should be an 18-month course, just to give people a bit more time to bed into it. But hey, I'm not in charge of Scott's Bass Lessons financials. I'm sure that 18 months probably isn't doable, but I feel like 18 months to really get people into it, with more stops along the way. Maybe every 6 months you have a project where you get feedback. That would be really good. So, would I recommend the Full Stack Bassist? Yeah, I would. I think if you are a complete beginner, and my channel is aimed at complete beginners, do not do it. There's a bit too much foundational knowledge needed. If you can afford the Scott's Bass Lessons membership, or the Open Jazz Studio membership, or Bass Buzz membership, they all have better courses for absolute beginners. If you're an expert player, you're not going to get much out of it. It'll be a nice review of all of your skills. It's a very expensive review of all of your skills. Everyone in the middle, if you're like me and you like structure and you just need a bit of push to get out of spinning your wheels in the mud, yeah, it's worth the money. Highly recommend it. Like I say, it's made me a much better bass player. It's made me a much more confident bass player. It's helped me have goals and stick to my goals, and I'm very grateful that I was able to do it. So grateful that I'm going to do the Funk Accelerator, which starts on Monday. So would I recommend this course? Yeah, do it. If you're in that middle area of beginner, intermediate, good, do the course. If this has helped you and you've decided to become a full-stack bassist, I highly recommend it. Please like and subscribe. And as always, to future Musa, thank you. Keep practicing. And I'm glad we're going to be back on stage soon. To all my family in Jamaica, I hope you're safe. This storm is the worst I remember since Gilbert. Love you all. Peace. Bye.